made our way to the floor. So the biggest thing about doing your own hair is that you have to find a way to be able to see every area of your head, especially if you want accurate parts and if you want it to look how you want it to look all the way around, not just what you can see. How I do this is rigging up something, and I typically use 2 mirrors. So I recommend the same. You want to be able to see the back of you, so sometimes you'll need a mirror behind you and you'll need one in front so you can see the reflection in the first mirror. All right, you see me? Exactly. I'm still in the bathroom because this area has the best lighting and the floor is easy to clean up and mop if need be. I have my tools and all my products down here on the floor with me, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first time I did my hair, I did it so that I could have multiple parts and wear the multiple ways, whether I wanted to do a side part with my rope twist or a middle part or flip them over to the side. But this time I do want the primary hairstyle and position of my hair to be going to the left. So we're gonna go ahead and start kind of planning and see where I need to do all my parting and sectioning. I found it easy, even though I've only done it one time, I found it easy to retwist and make the rope twist as I go. Instead of retwisting my whole head and then doing the rope twist, we're gonna go ahead and twist as we go. So we're gonna start from the back and work our way up, but first we're gonna make this front area of my head sectioned off. That way we know which locks are going in which twist. And something that would be very difficult in a certain situation is if you have an odd number of locks, because of course 2-strand rope twists need 2 strands or 2 locks. And if you're gonna do exactly 2 instead of just using multiple locks, you're gonna need an even number for you to have an even number of twists. I personally have 81 locks. So somewhere in my head, I'm gonna have a triple rope twist, and it's gonna be hidden, it's gonna work, but just letting you know ahead of time, if you don't have an even number of locks or if you have like a random number of locks, you definitely kind of want to plan for that. I already know where my 3-strand rope twist is gonna be, but that is something that you do want to know for yourself as well, especially if you're doing it at home. So a few details about my hair. I do have brick parting, I do have 81 locks, and I do have lock extensions. Now that we have our first 2 locks retwisted, the trick to doing Senegalese twists is that you have to twist the individual strands in one direction and then twist them together in the opposite direction. Rewind that if it doesn't make sense. So for example, I retwist going to the right, just a normal retwist. Now if I'm retwisting to the right, which means I'm retwisting each strand to the right, that means my rope twist is going to be going to the left. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. All right, and that's how you get a tight twist. So here we go. Both strands twisted to the right this way, which means I need to go that way. Let's get all the way up to the root. And you have to retwist as you go down as well. And that's how you get a tight twist that is a Senegalese twist and not one that's just gonna unravel. Retwisting to the right, folding them to the left. Retwist to the right, fold to the left. You do that all the way down. Even though it's not loose hair. So if you're somebody that retwists to the left, that means if you were to do this on your own head, you would retwist to the left and then form your twist going to the right. They have to be in opposite directions. All right, we've reached the end. So we're gonna grab our rubber band to tie that off and we'll be done with our first rope twist.
And there we go. Did yours come out this well? You're gonna get it this time. Retry, or start with the next.
All right, let's keep it going.
And this is also a perfect example of those weak spots that I was telling you guys about. I don't know if I want to take this loose and crochet it again or not, but that's definitely going to be a problem later on. And this just goes to show you where my actual lock ends and the lock extension begins. Now that line of demarcation is extremely obvious.
I'm gonna give it a tug and see how weak it is. Okay, it held on a little bit, but during our next retwist, we're gonna definitely have to do something about that. All right, now I have made it to the infamous odd number of locks on this row. Now I've got to the point where each of my locks don't have a buddy. So this is the row where I'll have to do a 3-strand rope twist. Because see here we have 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, and over here we have 3. Because these 2 locks right here will make 1 on this row, and on this side as well it will make only 2. Somewhere along here I'm gonna have to choose which locks will be the best with 3 buddies. For me, just to kind of save out on showing that, I'm gonna put it somewhere in the middle if all possible. Because I could definitely put it on the end, definitely put one with, put a weak lock with a strong lock, but it's really just gonna depend on how it feels as I'm going through. We love clean parts over here. We love clean parts over here. All right, we're about to do our 3-stranded rope twist, and I so badly wish I didn't have an odd number of locks. It's so dissatisfying, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna go with these 3 that are found in the middle of my row, even though they all are pretty thick. I really don't have much of a choice as far as the other ones. They're all pretty evenly matched, and that's also annoying in this situation. Like, that would be perfect if I didn't have this issue, but like I said, it is what it is. So we're gonna do a 3-strand rope twist, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. Basically, you're just gonna be switching off between which 2 make the 1 strand and which one makes the 1. Get some more of our aloe vera gel. Start cleaning up our parts. One thing that I didn't mention that you'll see throughout this video is that you'll see me kind of wrapping the loose ends around my lock, and that's just another way to make it neat and kind of get rid of the frizzy loose hair. Okay, now that all of our strands are twisted, we're going to go ahead and start twisting and making the rope twist. We'll start off using those two together. And just get that going. Keep going down. I haven't switched off yet, but I think I'm about to, because one of my strands is much longer than the other two. All right, so now we're going to use this long one to compensate. Switch it off. Tuck that smaller one in as much as we can. And now that we're left with something raggedy like that, second strand is right here, I'm going to tie it off and wrap it back up. I hate it a lot. But it's okay, because the back isn't the star of the show. And there you have it. Thankfully, we don't have to do more than one of those. Okay, y'all, this is what we have at a little over an hour and a half in. Looking good. Looking good. All right, let's keep it going. Getting closer and closer to the top, guys. Definitely feeling it in my arms, but look at that comparison. That's always the most satisfying part. I already know what I'm about to say. Let's keep it going.
For me personally, it gets harder and harder to see the higher up I get on my head, because after a while, my own head and my own hair and my reflection starts to get in the way. So for me, this is the most difficult part. Not to mention you have to stretch your arms longer, hold them up higher. Everything just starts to hurt. But I'm gonna make it work because it gotta get done.
All right, finally gonna get into some front of the head action. I did these in one of the other clips just because it was easier to finish up the row. Almost done. Hang in there. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I had to take a break. Like, I had to pause, I ate me a sandwich, and normally I never take breaks. I never take breaks when it comes to retwisting my hair, because usually there's just no need for it, but today I needed one. I needed to get off this hard behind floor, because my butt was screaming and my knees hurt too. And I had to get some food in my system, so if you're at home and you're trying out this style, don't think that your good sis Jazz just sat through and did it. I have before, but not this time. It takes some endurance, and I just can't sit on the floor cross-legged like I used to, apparently. Finish on your own time, sis. My hair looks so good. I'm over here jealous of myself, because right now, as I'm editing this video, my hair is not done, and this retwist is just so clean, like... Four more. We are done. We're done. So long, so long. At this point, I am still very much jealous of myself because look at those parts. Look at how clean. I don't always take this much time to get my parts that neat, but at this point I did, and no regrets because you can't even tell somebody else's hands weren't in my head. Thank you so much for watching my video and my tutorial. I hope you really enjoyed it or maybe even learned a few things, and I hope it was easy to follow just in case you want to do your own retwist and two-strand twist, and I hope you even got a little bit of insight of how it would be after you wash out the hair paint wax. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much again for watching.